If I think back at the times where my family was like all together and all doing something, it would be almost always centered around food. The food that I grew up eating was very simple, approachable. What came off of the Traeger was, the typical things that we had: hamburgers, hot dogs. I didn't have like pate or any real like cheeses or anything like that until I was like older in life. I grew up working with my father, and he instilled really hard work ethics into me.
When he was a kid, he kind of followed my lead, and then he just, when he was 18, he went to New York, applied for a job that was unattainable, and got it. He started out as a dishwasher, and then he went to the French Laundry.
And then I got into this kind of fine dining world. I think the similarities were that it was really based around food and sitting out at the table. And before, that was all about family to me and community. And now it's taken to an aspect where you're able to do it for people on a daily basis and bringing other people together. If we grilled something, it was in a cast iron grill pan. If we just didn't have the ability to cook with wood. But as I took a step away from that, I wanted more natural things, and OTM to me was about tangible things. Wood adds a unique flavor. I think that the idea that we serve family style here really evokes the sense of community, the sense of coming together and getting closer. To be able to bridge my past with my present is very, very different than having your own plate of food. I think food strengthens and brings the family together, something that's obviously been a huge part of my life. The food that I grew up on was very simple, but it was always served to the family for all of us, and it was a time for us to all get together and really just be a family. And now my time with my daughter, it's centered around that table. That's the one time of the day where, my wife and I are not on our phones. It's the same thing as when I was a kid. The way that the approach for the restaurant at OTM is really the same thing. It's being able to bridge the gap and going back to how I was raised now that I have my family and I'm gonna be responsible for raising them.